Hi, my name is Brian Nemejc in the English 122 class with Professor McCurley Hardesty, and today is March 6, 2016, and I'm going to be presenting my response paper number 5 for the presidential candidate ad for Bernie Sanders. Presidential candidate Bernie Sanders is currently a state senator for Vermont. He is running for the Democratic Party in the 2016 United States presidential election. Before he began to run for president, he was a congressman for 16 years and a senator for 10 years. His political advertisement titled Progress Bernie Sanders gives the audience information about Bernie Sanders' life and his political ideas and what he wants to accomplish if he were to become the president of the United States. Bernie Sanders had this political advertisement created to inform the United States citizens about his past as a politician and his current ideas and plans that he would use if he became the president of the United States. By creating an advertisement that goes into detail about his political history and personal history, he can inform the viewer about himself and his ideas for presidency. If a person were to watch his advertisement, then it could change their ideas on who should become the next president. The advertisement is clearly supposed to persuade the viewer to agree and vote for Bernie Sanders in current elections. Having an advertisement like this one will increase his vote count because it spreads his message and information about himself to the viewer. The viewer or audience of this advertisement would be anyone over the age of 18 that lives in the United States and is a United States citizen. The reason that this is Bernie Sanders' targeted audience for his advertisement is because any United States citizen over the age of 18 is able to vote in the up-and-coming presidential elections. If Bernie Sanders is able to persuade the audience enough through his advertisement, then it will most likely increase his vote count in up-and-coming elections. In his advertisement, Bernie Sanders uses the effects of ethos, pathos, and logos to persuade the viewer into agreeing with him. In this video, he states, "As a member of Congress, I voted against the war in Iraq, and that was the right vote." He uses ethos by stating that he was in the United States Congress, which makes the viewer believe that he has credibility in politics because of his past career as a United States congressman. Next, he uses pathos in his advertisement to connect with the viewer and inform them that he is just like you and he has people that he cares for, and that's why he wants to run for president. That way, if he becomes president, he can change the United States for the greater good. He also says, "I'm running for president of the United States because we have 4 beautiful kids and 7 incredible grandchildren, and I want to make sure that the country we leave them is a nation that we are proud of." He uses the term "we" to tell the audience that it's not just him that will change the country, but everyone together will play a role in creating a better nation for his kids and his grandchildren. Finally, he uses the effects of logos in his advertisement to persuade the audience that he is factual in his statements and that he knows what he is doing. Sanders states, "John McCain and I put $5 billion into strengthening the Veterans Association so that any veteran that walks into a VA facility will get quality care in a timely manner." He states that in his advertisement so the viewer knows that he is willing to make important changes in our government programs. This shows that Bernie Sanders has already implanted some of his ideas into the U.S. government, and if he gets elected, he will continue to do so. Throughout the advertisement, Bernie Sanders gives the viewer many facts and statements about his ideas and what he plans on doing in office if he becomes elected as president. But he also has some fallacies that he used in order to persuade the viewer to agree with his statements. Sanders states, "The issue of wealth and income inequality is the greater moral issue of our time." When he says this, he is assuming that the audience already knows exactly what he means and how that is the greatest moral issue of our time. He does not provide any support or evidence to back up that claim, but instead he plays it off as a proven fact, even though it is his personal opinion. He uses the word moral to improve upon his statement of wealth and income inequality, when in reality, morals have nothing to do with wealth and income becoming the greatest issue of our time. This can lead to someone believing that the fallacy is actually a proven fact. Also, he states that is the undermining of American democracy and the qualities of this country which have made us the envy of the entire world. When he makes this statement, he is assuming that America is the envy of every other country in the world, but he has no evidence or support to back up that claim, yet he states it as a fact when actually it is considered a fallacy. Not only that, but it would be almost impossible to prove that statement correct, that America is the envy of the entire world. This could lead a viewer of his advertisement to believe a fallacy as a fact. He does this to subtly persuade the viewer that his ideas and changes about the government are proven facts. If his viewers do not realize that some of his statements are in fact fallacies, that could get him more votes, which is the entire purpose of his advertisement, to persuade. Overall, presidential candidate Bernie Sanders has created an advertisement about his presidential campaign in order to persuade the viewers that he should be their vote in any up-and-coming elections for the President of the United States. He does this by using many types of argument and persuasion techniques, including ethos, pathos, and logos, fallacies, facts, his beliefs and ideas on the American government, and even the history of himself. By using these many varieties of persuasion and argument, he can reach his end goal of persuading the audience to vote for him in the up-and-coming presidential election. Bernie Sanders will be a tough competitor in the current line of politicians because he and his followers believe that he can make a change to present-day America and future America.